Miss Rachel Ong, if you'd like to take your two cuts together.
Thank you, Chairman. I'd like to take my two cuts together. I'd like to extend my appreciation for our FAST and ACE teams in MOM who have worked tirelessly to care for our migrant workers. I wish to encourage our team with a story. At the peak of the pandemic, this volunteer asked a migrant worker who had been quarantined if he updated his family about his situation. He said no, he didn't want his family to worry about him, and added, "And because I'm in Singapore, I know I will definitely come out of this alive." To our MOM and MOH teams, thank you. At the same time, the pandemic has revealed gaps in the living conditions of many of our migrant workers. There's more we must do for our migrant workers, not just in the interest of public health, but because it's the right thing to do for our fellow men. My first cut relates to the regulation of living conditions in the factory-converted dormitories known as FCDs. These dorms are regulated by the Foreign Employee Dormitory Act, FEDA, which cares for the health and safety of our migrant workers. However, FEDA presently covers only dorms that house 1,000 workers and above. Extending FEDA regulations to the smaller FCDs will impact over 100,000 more workers. I'd like to highlight two areas for FCDs with cooking spaces to be regulated in. First, hygiene. A visit to some kitchens in FCDs will reveal the presence of stray animals that roam freely, as well as unclean food preparation and disposal areas. These kitchen spaces must be regulated to meet basic hygiene standards. The second area for consideration is the persons to stove ratio. Each day, migrant workers return from work in large numbers because of the long wait to cook. Some go to bed hungry as they would rather rest. A sensible ratio of packs to stove will allow for better access for food preparation. For many, being able to prepare their own food is not just a matter of saving money, but a small piece of comfort from home they taste at the end of a long day. I would like to ask MOM about their approach to improve and regulate living conditions in the FCDs moving forward. My second cut is on ensuring safe food access for our migrant workers. Many workers stay in dormitories without cooking facilities, purchase food from caterers at their own cost, ranging from $120 to $150 a month. These meals packages include breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Caterers deliver their lunch together with breakfast in the morning, some as early as 5 a.m., which means that lunch is prepared way in advance. The earliest preparation time we understand is at 5 p.m. the day before. Thus, our workers eat their lunch long after NEA's recommended time of 4 hours after food preparation. At the work site, lunch packages are often left in open spaces or under the hot sun because of the lack of food storage areas. When it rains or when stray animals get to them, the food is inedible and they go hungry. Other times, they have hard cold rice and sour vegetables to eat. Such treatment of our migrant workers cannot and must not be tolerated in Singapore. For one, could we have employers provide lunch at the work site? It is important that any increase in cost is not passed on to the already low-wage migrant workers. As suggested by some industry caterers, would it be possible for a part of the workers' levy to go into the provision of safe and nutritious lunch for the workers? Access to safe food is a human right, not a privilege. I would like to ask the ministry, how might we better protect our migrant workers' rights to safe and nutritious meals without passing on further costs to them?